Good morning, real E-Leezy. We in here. Klay's return last night really didn't. It really didn't prove anything. But what it did do is confirm that the Warriors are an elite basketball team when healthy. I know we could probably say that about a lot of basketball teams when fully healthy who has a lot of star power, but for the Warriors, they're the most dangerous because their core guys who went to 5 back-to-back championships are, you could say, still in the prime of their careers. Like so, yes, they are older. They have a lot of basketball experience. They played a lot of basketball. They have injuries here and there, but the Warriors have a good mixture of veterans with experience and young guys who's hungry, who's disciplined, who's coachable, who's talented, who really wants to win and wants to be a part of something special and are sacrificing, like, you know what I'm saying, their games. They could probably go to other teams and probably flourish in a bigger role, so to speak. But the Warriors, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, and they brought Iggy back for a reason. They want to taste a championship again. Steph Curry, Draymond Green, Klay Thompson, Andre Iguodala want to taste a championship again, and they want to bring the young guys along for the ride. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, the only way the Warriors can lose if it's structured, kind of sort of like how that 2016 championship went, when they pretty much just gave the finals away. That's the only way I see the Warriors losing. Other than that, Klay's return only confirmed that the Warriors are indeed one of 3 teams that's really trying to win a championship and are capable of winning a championship. That's the Phoenix Suns, the Milwaukee Bucks, and the Golden State Warriors. Period, point blank. All these other teams, they're playing for really like stats and numbers. I don't really know how good Chicago can really be once the playoffs hit. I know that they're having an outstanding season, but I don't know how bad they really want it. I know DeRozan really wants to win. You know what I'm saying? He's been a multiple-time All-Star before, but I know DeRozan is on a mission. He really wants to win, but they still have a young group of guys. Like, I don't know how much Zach LaVine really wants it, but only time will tell with the Chicago Bulls. Brooklyn Nets just aren't good enough. They have veterans, Paul Millsap. They got James Harden, KD, Blake Griffin, Kyrie for road games. But the rest of their roster, they don't really have. They're not good enough, in my opinion. I don't think that you can't call on Blake Griffin and Paul Millsap and LaMarcus Aldridge, to win you a critical playoff game on the road or either at home, in my opinion. So at this point, I think KD is just playing for numbers. Like, he's chasing numbers. You know what I'm saying? Along with the Lakers, chasing numbers. The Lakers aren't good enough, obviously. They can go on as many 5-game win streaks as they want. They're beating bad basketball teams that's not really playing for nothing. They're not trying to rebuild. They're just out there going through the motions. And that's why you see the Lakers put on a good stretch, and most of their games have been at home. The Lakers have had a lot of games at home. It's tough when they go play on the road, but they have beaten like Detroit Pistons, which they were down big in that game, and Indiana Pacers, which they were down in that game and they came back to win. But those two teams that I just named aren't really that good. I don't. Those teams aren't trying to do anything. Those teams aren't playing for anything. In my opinion, they're just playing guys just to see what they have and try to put something together for the future. See what pieces they can move, who they can build their teams around. So, um, the Warriors, in my opinion, are the most dangerous team in the NBA if healthy. And it doesn't matter if they play Phoenix in the Western Conference Finals, Utah in the Western Conference Finals, or Denver, or the Clippers in the Western Conference Final with a healthy roster. In my opinion, that's just my opinion. I believe that the Warriors are the most dangerous team. And if they happen to make it to the finals and Milwaukee happens to come out the East, I don't see Milwaukee beating the Golden State Warriors in 4 games out of 7, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. The Warriors have veterans. They have more championship and playoff experience than those guys on Milwaukee. And that's a fact. That's a fact. Milwaukee tasted it last year, yes. But that last finals loss that the Warriors suffered at the hands of Toronto Raptors in 2019, I think that did something. And then the way they lost, because they felt like even though KD went down, they felt like they were going to win it for their brother. And I felt like they were going to win it all prior to Klay Thompson getting injured. That was just like the final blow. And I know Klay has been itching to get back to that level where he was at in that championship series. He was the best player in that series, in my opinion. Or at least in that game. In that game 6, he was the best player, for sure. But things worked out the way they worked out. And I know that the Warriors, that left a sour taste in the Warriors' mouth. And I know they're so hungry to get back there. It just depends, in my opinion, on behind the scenes and the politics of sports. What's the best storyline? Do they allow the Warriors to get back to the finals and get back to, the glory and the promised land? I think they can. The Warriors dynasty reminds me a lot of that San Antonio Spurs with Greg Popovich, Tim Duncan, the Big Three, Tim Duncan, Manu Ginobili, Tony Parker. They remind me of that dynasty only because San Antonio never won back-to-back championships during that dynasty. They was always win one, lose one, win one, lose one, win one, lose one. Like, you know what I'm saying? But they were still considered a dynasty because they won a total of 5 overall, with one of those being in the shortened season. I always have to highlight those championships that's just like pretty much a give me championships. Like, it's a shortened season. A lot of people elect not to play. Things work out the way they work out. People get suspended. Injuries occur. And it's just one team that say we can capitalize on this moment, that this season being a shortened season, we can capitalize on this moment, in which they did. You give them credit. But it's still, a shortened basketball season. So you don't know what would have happened if the season was played in its entirety. You don't know what would have really, occurred as far as injuries, as far as players, having their biggest moments on the brightest stages. So I always have to highlight that. But they do have 5 championships. So, and the Warriors went to 5 straight finals, which they had 3 championships. And then it's like, okay, we won 3 championships. Now we take 2 years off and we come back and make another run. That's what I can see happening with this Warriors franchise, and they can become a dynasty. They're pretty much structured the same way. They play defense. They have a big 3. And they have veterans on their team, and they have experience. So, and they have good, for the most part, they have a good system. You know what I'm saying? Because the coaching is sometimes a little iffy. Coaching be iffy sometimes, but nonetheless, they have high basketball IQ, high character guys on their roster, and that always translates to winning and good basketball. You know what I'm saying? And they're talented. Like, you can't take away from their talent along with those other attributes. So, Clay's return was big, man. Shout out to Klay. Shout out to the Golden State Warriors, their staff and their organization for making that day special. You know what I'm saying? Not only for, their players, but their fan base. You know what I'm saying? That was a very, very emotional. You know what I'm saying? I got a little teary eyed, though, because you kind of feel for somebody that's in that position. You know what I'm saying? And the way he battled back and the way that he put the work in, you could see the anguish each night sometimes where they would show like little clips of him just sitting on the bench with his hands on his head or his face in his hands. He was really distraught. You know what I'm saying? He was frustrated. He was missing the game so much. And to see him on that court, you know what I'm saying? He never lost a step. That man had two back-to-back, what you can call career-ending injuries for some. He bounced back through all of the adversity. You know what I'm saying? One season after another of rehabbing. Like, you know what I'm saying? And rehabilitating that knee and his Achilles. And it's tough to bounce back, especially as you get older and you occur those type of injuries. Because the body doesn't really recover and respond the way it does when you're young, in your early 20s, mid 20s. When you start pushing like late 20s, early 30s, then everything is slower as far as the process, the recovery process, and the rehabilitation process. So for to see Klay come back and play with that much energy, you know what I'm saying, and that much passion and love for the game, you love to see moments like that. And it was a beautiful thing to watch. And more importantly, you know what I'm saying, he sort of kind of found his rhythm, you know what I'm saying, as the game progressed. Like, you know what I'm saying, he had a lot of butterflies and jitters. He was excited and so anxious, you know what I'm saying, just to try to, fit in again. And I think he did a wonderful job of just, letting the game come to him. He was aggressive as far as taking shots, but Klay practices the way he plays, or should I say, Klay plays the way he practices. Those are shots that he practices in, like scrimmages and when they're doing drills, practice, and everything. So Klay is not scared to take those shots in the game. It's just a matter of, you know what I'm saying, having the right touch and, you know what I'm saying, the right angles and the right form and the right mentality. You know what I'm saying? So that was real beautiful to watch, man. And Klay fits right back into the fold. You know what I'm saying? I just pray that he can stay healthy and we can get all the other injured stars back. Kawhi, Paul George, Jamal Murray. You know what I'm saying? And John Wall. You know what I'm saying? And motherfucking Kyrie Irving. Like, you want to see the best of the best on the court competing against each other when it really counts. Like, that's what this is really all about. You know what I'm saying? You don't want nothing given to you. You want to work for everything. And the only way that you can really put a stamp on your legacy and in the history of the game is if you compete and go through the best of the best. No freebies. So I want everyone to be healthy and go up against each other. And then at the end of the day, whoever comes out on top, you have to, respect that team. You know what I'm saying? And that organization. And those players, star players that got it done. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Klay's return only confirmed to me that the Warriors are favorites to win the championship. And that's only to be that's only to be that's only to be seen. Like, you know what I'm saying? We could say all this stuff and all of this and all that. This team in favor, that team in favor, this team in favor. That's only to be seen. You know what I'm saying? Better seen, better done than seen, better seen than done. And yeah, you know what I'm saying? So that's what it is, man. Giving y'all the real from my perspective, my opinion. Um, and I mean, I can't wait to see what, the season entails after the All-Star break, when teams really start trying to say, okay, we got to start putting ourselves in position, to make a stretch run, to see if we can, come up out of this thing holding that trophy at the end. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about. So, um, drop some comments, what I'm saying? Give me feedback on what you think and y'all opinions. You feel me? And let's talk about it. You feel me? The real E-Leezy, man. Thumbs it up. Thumbs it up, like, share, and subscribe. You feel me? Uh, Make sure that you smile, cry, laugh. That's a full day right there, man. You know what I'm saying? Love, live, life. You feel me? So, um, God bless everyone. You feel me? I appreciate all the supporters. I appreciate uh, the people who don't support me. You know what I'm saying? Thank you. You feel me? Because um, that's only going to drive me, to be better at what I do. You feel me? And I just want to, connect with my people, man, so we can shoot the shit. You know what I'm saying? And bring some real, some real motherfucking opinions. You know what I'm saying? And sports talk. You feel me? To the game though, because a lot of motherfuckers be on here straight capping. Like, you know what I'm saying? I can come on here and be honest and keep it 100. You know what I'm saying? And, live with whatever, criticism or whatever opinions that's not, ones that look like mine. I can live with that because that's what it's really about. You feel what I'm saying? But for people just to be saying stuff coming out here that's not realistic, you know what I'm saying? That's just not, it's no credibility in that, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to keep it 100, keep it 100, man. That's what you got to stand on. You got to stand on your motherfucking word and your actions. Don't just be coming out here just talking shit just to be talking it. You feel me? Stand behind what the fuck you talking about. Period. Real E-Leezy, man. Go.